Survivor has been on TV for over 22 years now, and with so many seasons and episodes, there have been times that the show leaves us with our eyes wide, mouths open, wondering what the heck is going on. These moments can be exhilarating and some can be so hard to watch, and that's what today's video is all about. This is 5 times Survivor made our jaws drop, volume 2. Number 1. It is Survivor 41, and the Yasa tribe, which consists of Tiffany, Evie, and Xander, are worried about a potential Liana flip, who is also part of their tribe, and that would ruin their numbers and all but eliminate their chances of winning this game come the merge. So far in the pre-merge, we saw Shan, Nasir, and Xander acquire an immunity idol each, and everyone knows it. After this happens, Shan and Liana go up to Summit Island together where they bond, and Shan says, "You can have whatever advantage this island has for us." So, what is this advantage?
The knowledge is power advantage. This advantage offers you power in the game. Here is how it works. You're allowed to ask one player either of the following 2 questions. Do you have an advantage or do you have an idol? The player cannot lie. If the answer is yes, they must give you the advantage or idol and it becomes yours. If the answer is no, you receive nothing and this advantage becomes powerless. I can literally say the word and take someone's idol at tribal. Like, that's insane. Xander is absolutely not someone I can trust, but knowledge is power. It gives me everything I need, potentially snuff his torch.
So yeah, Liana is going to flip on her tribe and target Xander. At one point in this season, she even says she hates his face in a non-joking, very serious matter. Though to me, it was funny. So these two are at odds, though Xander doesn't even really know it. This knowledge's power could change everything. However, when everyone merges, Liana gets to see Shan again, and she asks,
"Did you get the advantage?"
I knew you had it.
Shan immediately in front of Tiffany talks about the advantage. I didn't plan on sharing this with anybody.
I would be annoyed as well if I were Liana. However, she does try to do some damage control by telling Tiffany that the advantage is going to be played for the Yasa tribe on Nasir and not against Xander. That would be so silly. Tiffany is a little sus of this, but then when we see Shan say that no way does Xander give his idol to anyone else, he is far too selfish, we know, oh yeah, this is definitely going against Xander. It's a bit ironic that Shan's talking about someone else being selfish, but that's for another video. Anyways, Tiffany tells Evie and Xander about Liana's knowledge is power, and Xander formulates a plan since it looks like the plan currently from everyone else is to target Evie at tribal. He tells Danny that he's going to save Evie with his idol, knowing full and well that Danny's going to tell Liana, which he does, and Liana is still pretending to be on Yasa's side.
We have to protect you.
Don't worry about it.
You're gonna pray for her?
Yeah.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, don't worry. It'll be right on me the whole night, and then when Jeff asks, bingo bango.
We then go to tribal council where people say, yeah, we know Shan, Nasir, and Xander all have idols, and Xander pulls his out and says, yep, this is not a secret, and I will be playing it for one of my alliance members if need be. Liana then sees her chance to strike.
I have the knowledge is power advantage. So I just have one question for one player. Do you have an idol, Xander?
No, but you can have this fig. Right before we left for tribal, I gave my extra vote and my idol to Tiffany because Liana wants to play her advantage and wipe that grin off my face. Little does she know, I'm gonna do it right back to her.
Wow. Liana thought she was playing her old tribe, but they were playing her the whole time. And yes, Xander does much better than Liana this season for those who have not seen Survivor 41. By the way, thank you for watching this channel and supporting it by liking and subscribing. If you want to help pick what videos I make and watch them all weeks and even months early, then consider financially supporting us on Patreon. It only costs a few bucks a month and you can cancel at any time. Thank you for your support. Number 2, season 14 Survivor Fiji has us at the final 6 with the opposing alliance of Ravu eliminated. This is the home stretch, and Yao-Man has already been told by his 4-person alliance that he is at the bottom. Now, Yao-Man would never consider flipping on them, so he devises another plan to push himself further up the alliance totem pole, closer to the final 2.
Yao-Man launches. Yao-Man wins the 2008 Ford Super Duty.
I want to see if I can make a deal with the car. There's 6 of us left now, right?
Yes, it is.
When there are 4 of us left, if you and I happen to be 1 of 4, if that happens, if you win the immunity for that round, you'll give it to me.
I promise to God.
When there are 4 of us left.
When there's 4 of us left, and if I win immunity.
You can't enforce it. It's his word.
No, it's his word. It's his word.
I'll give you my
his
word,
is good.
Kyle.
You need a truck. A lot more than I.
My worry has been always when I get to the final 4, dreams will probably be there. And I need a way to get rid of dreams.
Back at camp, Dreams has been talking about how he has never owned a car and knows that the next challenge is a challenge for the car. And he would love something like this as it would change his life. But clearly, he did not think through the deal Yao Man just gave him before accepting it, because not much later,
I was thinking, when Yao Man gave me the car, what did he gain out of that? And then I thought about his strategy. If I give Yao Man immunity off my neck, I'm gone. So the best thing for me to do is to get rid of him before he makes it to the Final Four.
Dreams realizes he may have shot himself in the foot here, so he schemes to get out Yao Man before the Final Four, because technically, Dream says at the Final Four, I'll give you immunity. He didn't say he had to save him at the Final 6 and 5. Plus, Dream says he wants to keep his word and be a good example to his son. So when everyone goes to vote at the Final 6, Yao Man plays his immunity idol and stops the vote out. Dreams now has only one more round to eliminate Yao Man so he can get out of this deal. But Yao Man goes on to win the Final 5 immunity challenge, and Dreams is like, crap, I have to go through with this now. He even says again, and he says this many times by the way, how he will stay true to the deal and be a good example to his son. But then at the Final 4 immunity challenge, Jeff drops a bomb. This season is not a Final 2 like everyone assumed it was going to be. It's actually a Final 3. All of a sudden, the end is just that much closer. And so, who wins immunity?
Yao Man is in the water. Dreams has just won the last individual immunity. Dreams has won the last individual immunity. And in doing so, you have fulfilled part of the bargain you made with Yao Man.
Had Dreams thrown the challenge, Yao Man wins it and votes him out. So it's probably better that Dreams won it, so at least he has a choice in the matter. But now he seems to be debating whether to actually go through with the deal or not, since sitting in the final tribal is so tempting. So, at Tribal Council.
All right, it is time to get to one of the biggest votes of this season. Before we do, Dreams, you have the immunity necklace. It is yours to keep or to assign to anyone else you want.
I'm gonna keep it.
First vote, Cassandra. Yao Man. 1 vote Cassandra, 1 vote Yao Man. Yao Man. 2 votes Yao Man. 15th person voted out and the 9th member of our jury. Yao Man. Yao Man, tribe has spoken.
Yeah, wow. Dreams backstabs Yao Man after saying at least 5 times on screen that he would stay true to the deal, and he gets ripped for this at Final Tribal Council since he said it in front of the jury. And of course, Dreams loses the season as a result. Number 3, we are now in season 23 South Pacific, and there has been no tribe swaps all season, and everyone can sense that the merge has to be coming. And when they get to the merge, tribe loyalty will be everything. Ozzy is the returning player on the red tribe and Coach is the returning player on the blue tribe. For better or for worse, they are leading their tribes into battle, and the numbers they have come the merge will mean everything. Christine is on Redemption Island, a twist this season that gives voted out players the chance to return to the game, and she has been on a tear, eliminating everyone from contention to return. Ozzy suspects that when she returns to the game, she is not likely to come join his alliance. She's likely to go back to hers and give them the numbers. So he says, whoever we send to Redemption Island next, considering we lose immunity, will need to eliminate her.
Christine has been on a hot streak. She has won 5 duels in a row. People are thinking that the merge is coming after the next challenge. So if we lose the next challenge, it might be worthwhile for us to send somebody to Redemption that can beat Christine, come back in the game, and even out the numbers. You know, you got to make big moves in this game, and if we have to, that might be a big move worth making.
So basically, if his tribe loses immunity, they need Christine to be kicked out of the game for the numbers to be evened up going into the merge. So, what do you know? They do lose immunity, and Ozzy is raging mad at Cochran for blowing it. Back at camp, Cochran says he feels like an outcast from his tribe, and everyone says, yeah, we're sending you to Redemption, so you better beat Christine. Cochran says, I am so screwed. But then Ozzy has a dream, a bit of cowboy from his first season. He wants redemption. So at Tribal Council,
I'm a little confused because what I hear you saying on one hand, Cochran.
Yeah.
Why is he going to put his life on the line if you vote him out?
Of course, but the thing about it is, Jeff, is I'm putting my life on the line.
You're putting your life on the line.
Yes.
You're saying you're going to go to Redemption Island.
Yes. And this is the part where it gets interesting. I'm gonna make up a story. I'm gonna tell Pristine that Cochran, the little smart weasel he is, that's been to Harvard Law and watches the game religiously, found the idol, kept it from us. We go to vote him out. He whips out the idol. See you later, Ozzy. Not only is Cochran the villain, but he's now the double agent. So I think that gives us the best shot at taking them by surprise and possibly getting in front of this game.
7th person voted out of Survivor South Pacific.
Lucky 7.
Ozzy, tribe has spoken.
This is the first time anyone has ever purposely gotten themselves voted out to help their tribe and to help themselves have a chance at winning. What a backwards world this season is in. So the next day at the duel, Ozzy does his best to convince Upolo he was blindsided.
I gave pretty much everything to my tribe, and then we lose one challenge because somebody can't operate a clip, and that ends up being the person that sends me here. You play the idol, you don't even... I know someone else probably knew that you had it. As far as I'm concerned, tribe boundaries, I mean, if we're at the merge, they don't exist anymore. It's all 1 for 1, and whoever sticks together from this point on makes it farthest in the game. But I thrive under the pressure to come back in the game for revenge, basically.
Yeah, no one buys it, but on the plus side, his plan works and he eliminates Christine. So now that the tribes are evened up with numbers, it seems like both sides might be willing to go to tribal and draw rocks, as no one is planning on flipping except Cochran. Upolo is doing their best to flip him, but it isn't certain. So at tribal council, the moment of truth happens.
8th person voted out of Survivor South Pacific. Keith.
Coward.
Keith, the tribe has spoken.
Cochran flipped, and as a result, his tribe's chances to win the season are tanked. And in the very next episode, Ozzy is voted out again, but it isn't because he wanted to be this time. Number 4, we are now in season 28, Cagayan, and the Brains tribe is a disaster. Mind you, we're just in episode 1. And they're not just a disaster in challenges, but back at camp as well, and it's only been like a few days. At the second immunity challenge of the season, they do get a massive lead, and they put their nuclear engineer on the puzzle to wrap things up and get the easy win. So...
Great effort by the Brain tribe and a huge lead!
Guys, we actually have a lead.
Come on, come on, come on. Do not get slumped. A huge time advantage for the Brain tribe. And Jatia solving the puzzle for the Brain tribe. Jatia still looking for that first piece.
Focus, don't freak out.
Brain tribe wins immunity. Beauty wins immunity and reward. They are safe from tribal council. For the second time in a row, Brains will vote somebody out.
But how? Jatia blows the puzzle, which is the one asset she said she could bring her tribe at challenges. So now Garrett says she needs to go, and thankfully he won't need to play his idol tonight. But Garrett is kind of a control freak, and he says, tonight we're voting out Jatia, and there's no reason for us to go off and talk and have side conversations. We're all just gonna sit here together and make a decision, and that's it, and nobody do anything. And people are rightfully annoyed by this. But then everyone does decide to go to the water together, except for Jatia. She stays back up at the camp. So Jatia decides, well, it's time to try a Hail Mary.
I'm coming in hot. It's gonna be guns blazing. I'm going in like a crazy one, like a banshee. That's why they had people guarding you. I was like the mental patient, and then you left the mental patient alone, and I went crazy. That's what happens when you leave crazy people alone.
Where'd all that rice come from? Who poured rice on the fire? I don't know, the rice fairy?
It's all gone.
I cannot.
This rice is like almost all gone.
The fact that she pretends she didn't do it is the icing on the rice cake for me. Spencer says, I can't believe this. Lying to Jatia would have been so easy. Just telling her she wasn't going tonight would have been so simple. But no, we couldn't do that. So they all go to tribal council to vote out Jatia.
Jatia. That's 2 votes, Jatia. Garrett, we're tied. 2 votes Jatia, 2 votes Garrett. Second person voted out of Survivor Cagayan. Garrett, the tribe has spoken.
They didn't even vote her out. Garrett went home with the idol in his pocket after she dumped their entire food supply. Wow, that's how you know this tribe is a mess. And no, they don't get better, but they're not as bad as the next tribe. Number 5, in season 10, everything is seemingly going okay. There are 2 tribes of 9, picked by the players themselves, and they have their first ever immunity challenge between Oolong and Koror. The tribes have a choice of how many supplies they want to try and carry, as those supplies can be used back at camp, but only if they win the challenge. Stephanie says, hey, we need to grab less stuff because if we don't, then we're not going to catch up to Koror, who has the lead. But Jolanda disagrees, and the tribe listens to her. So
Koror wins immunity and reward!
of course, at Tribal Council, they vote out Jolanda for this and for other reasons as well. And the next immunity challenge is largely the same, as we see Stephanie doing most of the grunt work, pulling the underwater barrel, but Koror is doing it much more effectively. They get a big lead. The men of Oolong are just not as good as the men of Koror. So Ashley is then voted out for not being an asset to the tribe, and then not but a couple of days later, Jeff rolls his ankle on a coconut. What the heck? And of course, the immunity challenge is all about running with weight placed around you, so they have to set out Jeff, which only puts more weight on the rest of the tribe, which causes more members to drop, and
Immunity at stake! Come on! Koror wins their third immunity challenge in a row!
obviously Jeff is voted out, and at some point Oolong has to turn this thing around, right?
Koror wins their fourth straight immunity challenge!
Kim, trap spoken. It's time for you to go.
Koror wins reward!
Angie, trap spoken.
Koror wins their fifth straight immunity challenge! All right, Oolong.
James, trap spoken. It's time for you to go.
And with that, Koror wins immunity for the sixth straight time.
Ibrahim, trap spoken.
Or maybe not. Oolong has lost every single immunity challenge they can, and now only Stephanie and Bobby John remain. At this point, they have to win immunity, right? What are they gonna do with only 2 people at Tribal Council?
Koror is right. Koror wins immunity again.
What? How does Oolong lose every single immunity challenge? It's a long story. That's for another video. I'll link you in the description. But anyways, Survivor never cuts them any slack either. There's never a tribe swap or a merge, things we will see in later seasons that will save bad tribes from the same fate. So Bobby John and Stephanie do a fire-making tiebreaker to see who will stay and who will go. And Stephanie wins. And now she has to live all alone on Oolong. The next morning, she's trying to survive by herself, and she gives an emotional speech about how she will never give up.
It's a huge shock now that I'm here by myself. I mean, like, everything's on my shoulders. I have to do everything on my own. I have to get water, I have to keep the fire going, I have to prepare everything. Tough. But if I win, it'll be worth it.
Thankfully, Survivor finally sends her to Koror, and she gets a new lease on this game. She won't give up, and she will not back down. So what happens at the very next immunity challenge?
When I take this off, you will have 5 seconds to get in the water or not. Pizza. Steph is in, Karen's in. Just like that, Tom wins the first individual immunity.
So what jaw-dropping moments in Survivor history should make it into the next volume? Comment below, let me know. Thanks for watching. Doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. See you all next time.